Watch out because major credit card companies are shutting down and reducing people credit card lines, and this can taint your credit score.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to come on and share some information that happened to me yesterday. I got noticed that one of my credit cards was slashed by $1,000. So I paid off some of the credit cards to get my utilization back to what it was prior to company cutting my credit line. So if this is happening to you, I advise you, if you can, to try to pay off some credit cards to get your credit card utilization down, and also dispute it with the credit card company.
I woke up to my credit card limits being decreased on multiple credit cards. This has never happened to me before, and I thought it was absolutely fascinating that it did happen. I'm somebody who pays off my credit cards in full every single month, and I utilize them mainly for the travel credit card points and to have access to funds in case of some crazy emergency where my emergency fund might not cover it. I like to have that as like a safety net backup in certain situations. But today I woke up and both my Capital One credit card and my Target credit card notified me that they had decreased my credit limit.
Now, this recently happened to me where a credit card company slashed one of my credit card lines, and believe me, I know this is frustrating, but I was able to make some moves to avoid it from tanking my credit score. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some techniques and some ways to avoid, number one, from getting your credit card line slashed, and why banks are doing this right now more than ever before, and what you can do if this happened to you to prevent this from tanking your credit score. Now, subscribe to this channel if you like credit information. And if you go to my website, you can download this free heart inquiry removal package. The link is in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section.
New settlement in the works between some major credit card companies and merchants that accept those cards could change what fees you pay and whether you can even use what's in your wallet to make that purchase. The agreement reached between Visa and Mastercard and retailers aims to slowly lower interchange fees, which are bank fees paid by merchants to process credit cards. And the settlement would also change a requirement that forces businesses to accept all of a network's credit cards if it accepts one of them. Javier, what does this mean for the average person?
The average person, what it means is that some of the credit cards that they use or that they take for granted and earn them these perks, they may not be able to use them in the same way or in the same locations that they used to. The sort of dirty little secret about this battle is that a lot of these interchange swipe fees, they call them, they're controversial because merchants are the ones paying for them and they keep climbing. And that is underwriting a lot of the perks that we get in terms of cashback or your travel points or whatever it is that you want to call it. And consumers have embraced them because they have come to see it as free money, but in fact, it's not free. Data that we've gotten shows that last year, these change fees or interchange fees cost merchants tens of billions of dollars, according to Nielsen report data. We covered this at the Dallas Morning News. There was a legislative proposal meant to cap some of these fees here in the state that ultimately failed. So more in terms of what this means for merchants, they're, again, sort of kind of mad as you know what, and they're not going to take it anymore. And they are going to sort of say, look, there's only so much we're going to pay. So either you pay more in terms of what the fees they're charging you, or they may just limit or prohibit you from using some of these cards at their stores. That merchants are pushing back. They're not going to just sort of eat all of these fees and continue to underwrite some of these perks that consumers have gotten used to, but really end up costing the merchants.
Now, here's what's going on. Recently, there was a huge settlement between Mastercard and Visa when it came down to their processing fees that they've been charging the merchants. They finally, over 30 years, settled this lawsuit, which made merchants have to accept both of them, no matter where these cards were being used. So they could not turn down a Visa card if they accept Mastercard, and vice versa. But now this was what was fueling our high point rewards cards. In that case, you have Visa and Mastercard charging the merchants, and they were picking up the cost of our rewards because they forced them to actually pay the processing fees just to be able to have business from people who use those cards. And what Visa and Mastercard was doing when they offered certain rewards and points with these high tier cards, they were actually charging the merchant the fees to offer those points and rewards. So now with this lawsuit, you have merchants being able to choose whether or not they accept those cards. This is creating a problem because Visa and Mastercard do not want to pick up this cost. And one of my cards was recently slashed a limit about $10,000. I had like a $33,000 credit card, and they dropped it down to $20,000 for the limit. Now, with this card, it is the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. That is one of their high tier cards, which is a Visa Infinite card. So a lot of these cards that are going to be attacked right now is those higher tier cards. So with a Visa Infinite card, generally your credit score have to be able to qualify for a $10,000 credit card and up is what people say is the rule of thumb. And like the Visa Signature, that's like a $5,000 credit limit and up. So those kind of higher tier cards. With the Mastercard, it'll be the Mastercard World Class card. So those are their higher tier cards. And so the processing is a higher charge for the merchant. So you can't kind of blame them for not wanting to actually sponsor these huge credit card processing companies to, make money. Who wants to do that? And so with the Sapphire Reserve card already, Chase went up on the annual fee. And those fees for that card and some other cards are high. Like with that card, the annual fee is $500 and they're going up on that. So the reason why is because they can't charge these merchants anymore and really hustle them. So that's one of the reason why you may see your card limit get cut right now. The second reason, you want to watch your utilization. Banks, especially with your credit cards, you may see annually a hard inquiry with a card that you already have. And what they're doing is checking your credit report to see if you are having any credit issues like high utilization, even if it's not on their card, on other cards, or if you had a late payment on another card, they still will look at you being a risk to them. And this may cause them to cut your credit lines. So you want to be careful with that. If your cards are close to being maxed out, you want to get those cards paid down because it can be an issue for you. So you want to watch out for those things. Now, one of the things that you can do, if this happened to you, like it happened to me, make sure you guys, before that card update, I always tell you guys, the credit card company, you have your due date, let's say is the 5th. Then 4 days after, you have when they report that card to the credit bureaus, like the balances, and even if they adjust that credit card limit. So it doesn't show up the day that they cut that card. It shows up when they update the information with the credit bureaus. So you want to hurry up and apply for another card before that update. So because if they cut that limit of that card and your utilization go up, your credit score is going to go down. So if you can go and apply for another card before they see that limit is cut, then you can replace that credit line so it don't hurt your utilization. Now, if they're cutting it and it's going to bring your utilization higher on that particular card because they slash that card limit, what you can do if you get approved for another card, maybe you want to look for a balance transfer. That's what I did with some of the balance on that card because I knew the card was going to come down. And so with the limit coming down, that'll cause your utilization to go up. So look for a card if you can to replace it with a balance transfer. Also, you want to look for cards with soft pull pre-approvals. So even before applying for that card, see if it's a soft pull pre-approval. Like you can go to cards like American Express has the apply with confidence tool, and you can go and apply at their website. And also with Discover, you can pre-qualify and see if you can pre-qualify for their cards. Another option, if you have lower credit scores or you need something to fill in really quickly, you can check out places like Alpion, which is almost like Care Credit. Care Credit is another one. These are medical based credit cards for procedure, for dentistry, or even healthcare. Those sites you can pre-approve and they'll show you your pre-qualified limits. And because one is with Community Bank and one is with Synchrony Bank, those are a little bit easier banks to qualify for. And actually, Community, I think now is Bread. So you can see for those particular cards what's your pre-qualified credit limit. So you may want to look for other options like that. Additionally, another good place where you can see your pre-qualifications for balance transfer cards if you need to move that card balance over go to Experian. Experian is a good gauge with their pre-qualifications. Theirs be on target. Credit Karma, they had that lawsuit a long time ago with their marketing, and it really wasn't true. So I would stay away from them because they already were fined and exposed for that. But Experian is pretty good. So you can go to Experian and look at any cards under their section that you're approved for with a balance transfer to move that balance over so it does not tank your credit score. Additionally to that, you can also maybe look for a loan with a soft pull pre-approval also, because if you don't want to get another credit card, you may want to get a soft pull pre-approval for a loan that you may can pay off that credit card balances and also get from under a higher interest rate if that is your case. Now, you may want to consolidate some of the rest of your credit cards, and that can help your credit score go up because now you don't have high utilization and you'll convert that over to a personal loan, and that can help you get out of that situation. So hopefully this information was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. But for more detailed questions for me, you can go to my website and all your questions go directly to my cell phone. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.